Hello everyone, today I want to talk over a few things I would like to see coming to Palworld in future updates. Now this video is gonna be mostly me just ranting, so if you wanna be doing something while you just listen to me wobble in the back, that's fine. Now I know Palworld is still a game in early access and there's still plenty of content to come, especially that big looming tree in the back. We keep looking and wondering when are we gonna go there. Now the things I wanna go over are more on the technical side. Numbers, percentages, and timers. Yes, we all want to see new pals, new weapons, new islands, but for today I want to focus on a few changes that could benefit or some items that could be introduced to deal with certain issues that I find in my gameplay. Now the first thing I want to talk about is going to be loot in general and tower bosses. Tower bosses are amazing. Great abilities, the size, the music, the area where you fight them in, it is all perfect. However, my issue with them is what happens after you defeat them. Now, personally, I haven't found much reason to fight them other than to get some experience and maybe at the end game some cosmetics. Which in my opinion, it feels like it's a little bit of a waste. Now, what I would like to see introduced to tower bosses after you defeat them is maybe 3 or 4 chests corresponding to that level, similar to how dungeons have loot corresponding to their level, or maybe even a bigger chest with the same loot qualification based on levels. It could even drop you legendaries of items in that level, who knows. Now yes, I understand putting loot behind tower bosses is gonna be quite grindy. You keep defeating the same tower boss over and over and over again until you get what you want. But I don't believe that should be an issue at the early levels, only at the later stages of the game when you really want the best of the best. Where I believe the best loot should come from a harder version of the last tower boss, some kind of crazy strong legendary pal encounter, specifically 1v1, or obviously the raid encounters. The oil rig raid is a really good piece of content. It looks and it feels like a harder version of a dungeon, which I appreciate. My one complaint with it, I feel the chest should be with a lock, maybe something to stop you from picking up the chest unless you defeat a boss in the area to unlock it. And yes, I get this will add more effort to picking up the chest in the oil rig, but as it is right now, all I do is walk in, click the chest, and then use the far cloud to diss out to my base. Not very challenging or engaging other than dodging for my life, opening the chest before they manage to murder me, and then dissing out. Now the second thing I want to talk about, if possible implemented in the future, is going to be a questing system. Imagine meeting a random pal trainer in the wild telling you, hey, this syndicate thugs just stole my pal and put it in a cage. Can you go to this marked location on the map and retrieve my pal back? Hell, you can keep the pal if you win, or maybe getting some currency, specifically dog coins. With dog coins you can save up and buy all kinds of stuff that you will want to have in the end game. For example, you can buy fruits to give your specific pals extra stats, you can buy the elixirs to make your player stronger in certain areas, or maybe just save them so you can unlock those extra accessory slots. The first one is 100, the second one is 1000. And lastly, the things I want to see the most in Palworld is changes to the current PAL endgame. Now, setting up a few of your favorite pals with all maxed out stars, all the souls infused into them, the perfect EVs, feels amazing. Especially when you have that 1v1 encounter, you see that pal next to you and say, wow, that's my BFF over there, he's about to do something crazy. What I believe doesn't feel very engaging is when you have to do the same process about 20 more times to have a variety of your perfect pals so you can encounter and defeat the raid boss in ultra difficulty. And then you defeat the boss in regular difficulty, you get a legendary slab, and you use the legendary slab to summon the ultra version of that boss. Now farming those is not gonna be easy, and what you want is a perfect army of 20, maybe 50 pals depending on your server settings, which is not easy or short to get. It feels very drawing just watching them breed endlessly, and maybe you win the lottery. Wow, I got the perfect pal with the perfect trace, perfect EVs, one down, 18 more to go. Overall, it's an area in the game that I feel should be revisited. It's not very engaging, just hatching eggs, seeing if they have the perfect stats. Oh, they don't? Well, throw them in the furnace so they can feed those bad ones to the good ones. Rinse and repeat. You need 116 to feed one, then you that one to multiply by 20, and it just, no. Now, if I were to suggest a solution, will be some kind of item that allows you to duplicate a pal that you have. You right click it, you choose a pal, and then new pal come out, level 1 with all of its stats exactly the same. Except for the soul infusions, those you're gonna have to do all over, I would understand why. And that's gonna be all for today's video. Please let me know what you thought about it, leave any suggestions or comments down below in the comment section. If you liked it, give it a like, and if you really like it, consider subscribing. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video.